Gambit is a new activity coming to Destiny 2 Forsaken, and I am finally allowed to talk about it, so let's do that. So, if you don't know what Gambit is Destiny's first hybrid PvEvP game mode where you need to kill a boss before the enemy team, but you can invade the enemy team's area to disrupt their resource collection. To summon the boss, you need motes, which are obtained by killing enemies spawning in hotspots on the map. You throw those motes into your bank in the middle of the map to store them. If you die with any motes before you bank them, they are completely gone. If you throw in 5 motes, you'll summon an enemy blocker on the other side for the enemy team. 10 motes is a stronger blocker, and 15 motes is the strongest. You cannot bank your motes until the blockers are dead. When you hit 25 and 50 motes banked, a portal opens up and you can send one person in to try to kill people on the enemy team, delaying their progress. When you hit 75, your boss, your primeval, spawns and you need to kill it. But if you are killed by an enemy player while your boss is spawned, then your boss will heal. The first team to win 2 rounds is the winner. This will be its own mode in the director menu. You can queue it whenever you want. You do not need to queue into Crucible and hope you get it. It will be there alongside Crucible and Vanguard and all that other stuff. Okay, so now that we get some of the basics out of the way, I want to talk a little bit about the new weapon system, very little about the new weapon system, and the bow. So, unfortunately, I did not know that we were only getting to play one full game of Gambit. Otherwise, I would have done stuff a little bit differently. The new weapon system was in effect. Snipers and shotguns were available in the kinetic and energy slots. But because I was doing a lot of ad killing and because I was playing around with the bow, I didn't really get to experiment too much. I can't imagine shotguns and snipers function any differently. We all know how they work, but I think it would have been tough to really evaluate due to the newness of the situation that we were in the mode. We were kind of just experimenting with everything that we could with a very limited amount of time. I think our total playtime was about 12 or 13 minutes, so I thought we were going to play multiple games so that I could switch my loadout around. Everyone thought this. We only ended up playing one game, so unfortunately I don't have a lot there. The bow is pretty fun to use, as nearly every bow in any other video game is. It is very much a precision weapon like a sniper. The exotic bow that I got to use has a perk where if you crit with all 3 arrows that fire from the bow at once, you get a chain lightning effect to proc, which is pretty cool. But rapid fire, at least with this bow, was not the name of the game. There might be some rapid fire bows in the future, but for this one, it was not. If you watch my footage and see me whiff on a lot of enemies, other people were just killing ads faster than I could line up and charge a shot. Now, if I recall correctly, it is not a one-shot kill to the head versus other players. That could change. I don't imagine it changing, though, because it would just be really strong. My controller skills are also not exactly too sharp at the moment either, but it won't take too much time to get used to using a bow. It is definitely not a super efficient killing machine either. You can kill stuff faster with just a regular weapon, but again, we had very limited playtime, and that prevented me from really getting a handle on the bow's capabilities. I was playing a Warlock because I very graciously gave Mr. Fruit the Titan. You're welcome, Mr. Fruit. So I had the new Dawnblade Super, which basically creates a Mega Rift for your teammates. Unfortunately, of the 2 times that I used it, the first time I forgot that that was my super, and the other time I died almost right away. I also played a Titan at the summit, and their missile super is pretty fun to use for PvP. Feels pretty difficult to stop it from hitting you, but that's based on very limited play. Sadly, I do not have any footage of the Hunter Supers in action, but I know other people across the Destiny community do. Gambit is really fun. Like, all I want to be doing right now is playing it again after getting to play it at the Summit and here at E3. I think it may be one of the most, if not the most well-received new additions to Destiny so far. And this is coming from someone who has been trying very hard to contain and limit their hype and excitement. I haven't heard anyone complain about the new mode among my peers. All we want to do is just play this more. There's going to be specific rewards attached to Gambit as well. I hope one day they will include a ranked play system thing for Gambit, because PvE doesn't really have any sort of ranked play, and I know this isn't completely PvE, but it's a lot. It's a fair amount PvE. What I really want to see is how strong PvE players fare against strong PvP players, since the main focus of the mode is pretty PvE driven, with some slight PvP elements. I've also been told that Bungie has yet to really come to any sort of consensus on what they think the best strategy is, and while I'm sure the community will eventually find something on that front, that's still kind of enticing to hear. I have nothing but praise for this mode so far, but again, that's based on very limited amounts of play and with a standardized set of gear. So hopefully it's as fun on live as it is in these controlled environments. I can imagine a fair amount of exotics breaking some things, but you didn't get your super that often, so who knows at this point. Now, we are also allowed to talk about some additional things from the Community Summit, but I think I'm going to save that for another time, partly because I just don't have my notes here in Los Angeles. I'm recording this in a hotel room, and I don't want to be inaccurate with anything, especially with something as sensitive as the Community Summit. Let me know your thoughts on Gambit. I am incredibly excited for it. I know I should temper my expectations, but it's really fun. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.
Guardian down.
One down. 10 seconds and I pull you back. That's 2. Reload and try again. I'm bringing you back. Incoming wave at the ruins. Portal's up. Go take them out. Allies invading the other side. Your invader is down, pulling them back. Hostiles at the trees. You just hit the other side with a taken knight. That'll keep them busy. Time for a prime evil. You're being invaded. Find them before they find you. Hey, you've got enough to pull a prime evil. Bank those moats.
Guardian down.
Incoming wave at the ruins. Bank and you'll summon a prime evil. You want to win? That's how. Hey, you've got enough to pull a prime evil. Bank those moats. You've summoned a prime evil. Kill it, and the win is yours. Primeval's compromised. Hit it with everything you've got.
Guardian down.
Grab your gun.
Guardian down. Guardian down.
Invaders off the field. You lost the lead.
Guardian down.
Your allies invading. Sometimes I forget you've killed a god or two.
Guardian down.
Don't spend this loot all at once. Good work.